So if you think back to one of the previous videos where we spoke about the AI prompt design or using the AI prompt engine within inside of the Gitbook mini applications, you would have noticed that we could manipulate the type of tone within inside of the responses, i.e. being happy, sad, excited, hippie, all those types of cool things. And you may have seen that we had the like Christmassy and also like the Halloween or spooky type of tones in there. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is basically using like the tone control or tone control augmentation throughout your entire flows or inside of just the actual AI assistant itself. All right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop back into the actual builder and we're going to show you a really cool way that you can create, which we call workflows, that are flows that work behind the scenes, so you can automate the seasonal control, so you can have your bot respond in a Christmassy tone or a Halloween tone on full automation, which happens behind the scenes, but there's a whole lot more that goes into it. So I'm excited. Let's get into the actual flow where we finished off in the previous video. Okay, so this is the flow from the previous video where we had like the AI prompts and everything else like that in there. So what we need to do is we need to create a brand new flow. And if we come into flows here, okay, so we're simply going to come up to add a new subflow. Okay, so this time then we're not going to be using just a normal flow. Okay, so we have two other options, which is workflow and also function flow, and you can read more about these inside of our documentation anyway. But this instance then we're going to use a new workflow. Basically what a workflow is that you can have a normal flow and you're able to trigger other types of different actions behind the scenes without the user moving out of the flow in basic terms. Okay, so let's just call this one seasonal AI response. Okay, just like that. Okay, let me just spell that correctly. Okay, seasonal AI response, and create. Okay, so now we've got our workflow open. So in here then, what we need to do is basically what we're looking at is the dates. So in here you'll be able to insert as many dates as you want and literally switch out the actual AI response, i.e. respond in a Christmassy tone, respond in a Halloween tone, or whatever festive season that you want to put it in. It could be even things like Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday, all those type of different tones of voice that you could actually automate behind the scenes. And using the workflows then, it will automate the entire process for you, so you don't have to go in manually and change things around. So how do we actually set up this automated workflow and connect it to our existing flow? Okay, let's go in and let's take a look. All right, so we're going to obviously start with the starting step here. So let's go ahead and click on the edit flow button. Okay, so now we're inside of here. So what we need to do is we need to set up a custom field, i.e. with the date and also the AI response, whether it's a seasonal AI prompt or whatever it may be. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to set up some type of conditioning and things like that. Okay, so in here then we're going to set up a condition first. So let's go ahead and do a condition. So if you don't know, the conditions enable us to filter different types of information coming in based on the user's input, and then we can show them maybe something different, i.e. in this instance we're going to be filtering or conditioning the actual dates themselves. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a new condition. Okay, so add condition here. And like I said, we need to filter by or condition by specific dates. Okay, so we're going to see if here. So these are all the different types of things that you can use for conditions. Okay, so we're simply going to type in today. Okay, so this is a system field based on a date and a time inside of here. Okay, so we're going to click on today. And we're going to see here then, which is the operator. Okay, basically, when do you want this to happen? Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to use the between. Okay, because we're going to set up like a Halloween and also a Christmas one. Okay, so if you have specific dates, it's going to be, let's go in here. So it'd be literally on, okay, that type things. Or you could even go in and change it to specific days if you want to. All right, so here then is the actual date range itself. So let's click on here. Okay, so in here then, this is where you're going to insert your date range. So for this instance then, we're going to be setting up a Christmas date. So if we come across, okay, and we come all the way in here, I know some people set up ready for Christmas probably around about August time, but we're going to do it just, let's say, from the 1st of December up until let's take a look. So we've got Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Let's just go up till Boxing Day. Okay, so in here, and let's click save. All right, so that's set now on there. Okay, so if we wanted to add any more types of dates in there, i.e. Thanksgiving, Halloween, Valentine's Day, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to open up here. Okay, and now we need to select an action. Okay, in the action step then, all we need to do is come into basic actions, set up a variable value, i.e. a custom field. Okay, inside of here then, we're going to take a look for, I've already created one. So I've called it seasonal AI. Okay, so we've got the input value. Okay, so this is where you're going to type in the input value. So it's going to be respond in a Christmassy and festive tone. Okay, something as simple as that. Okay, and save. Okay, great. So that's already set up, ready to go. Okay, so like I said, if we wanted to add more dates, okay, we can come in and add some more dates in if we wish. Okay, so let's go in, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a new condition. Okay, in here then. So add condition. Okay, let's go in and click on the today, because that's the field that we want to use. Okay, so we're going to do, let's set up a Halloween is on. Sorry, is between. Okay, start date. Okay, we know Halloween is October the 31st. Okay, so we could set this up to trigger on the 30th to the 31st. Okay, something really simple like that. Okay, and like I said, you can have it on specific dates and times if you wish. Okay, so we want to change the actual output or the AI response to this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're simply just going to duplicate this and just change the actual response field in here. Okay, and click to duplicate. Okay, and now that's duplicated. Okay, so let's just drag this down out the way. Oh. Just inside there. Okay, so we're going to open up on this action. Okay, let's go in and change the actual field itself. Okay, so we're going to say, instead of respond in a Christmassy tone, okay, we're going to put in respond in a spooky Halloween, and spell it correctly, Halloween tone. Okay, great. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so how do we filter these then automatically? So let's just drag this across here. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to take a look at the actual condition formats here. So we've got if match all of the following, if match all of the following. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're simply going to use this one here. Okay, and we're going to drag that across there because this is the date, okay, that matches in here. Okay, so otherwise then, if it doesn't match that date, okay, it will just continue as whatever it may be that you've already preset. Okay, so it's always good practice to come in here and use another action. And what we're going to do in this action then is literally clear that custom field. So it removes the actual value from the user. Okay, so we're going to go into basic actions and we're going to use the clear variable value. Okay, and let's come through. Okay, and let's put on there, which was the seasonal. Okay, seasonal AI. Okay, done. Okay, and that's pretty much ready to go. So we can go in and publish this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just manipulate these dates here, okay, to basically today, so I can show you the outputs from it. All right, so let's go in. Let's just change these around. Okay, so let's just go in and we're going to choose a date between basically today. Okay, so this is today, so between the 27th and the 28th, okay, in there. So when we go in and start talking to our AI assistant, okay, it's going to respond to us in a Christmassy, festive tone. Okay, let's go ahead and publish, and let's show you how to actually connect this to the main flow that we already created in the automation flow video. Okay, so we're going to come into here and we're going to select whichever flow that you've set up your AI assistant in. So here's our flow. So what we're going to do then is we need to, before this starting step, we need to trigger the actual workflow that we've created. Okay, so if you just simply right click on actions. Okay, inside the actions then we're going to come to the advanced actions, and here then you're going to see trigger workflow. And now it's going to ask us which workflow do we want to trigger. Okay, and this is the workflow that we've created, seasonal AI, and that's ready to go. All right, so all we need to do then is just link these up so it's in some type of format or some type of chronicle order. Okay, and that is ready to go. Okay, so there's one more step that we need to do. So when we come into the actual AI prompt action itself, so let's go into this action. Okay, let's go into the AI prompt itself. Okay, as you can see here that we've got literally nothing set up. It doesn't matter if you have anything in here. So even if I had, you know, let's go for excited. Okay, so we've got that tone there. Let's click on save. So the main one here is the support query action. So here then, inside of the user question, you would have known from the AI prompt video that we put the AI prompt in here and then the support query. So right at the beginning here then, okay, so what we're going to do is just make a space. Remember, there needs to be a space between these custom fields. Okay, and then in here then, I'm just going to put in that seasonal, where is it gone? Seasonal. Okay, seasonal AI response. Okay, so it's there, seasonal AI, then the normal prompt, and then the user's question. Great, so that's all set up, ready to go. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm simply just going to go in and publish this flow. Okay, and then we're going to go in and actually test this flow itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview. And preview in the pop-up. Okay, great. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should get a seasonal AI response, i.e. in the Christmas mode. Let's just go back with, hey, I'm new. What's the best place to get started? And question mark. Okay, great. So let's just take a look at this response. Okay, hey there, welcome to Flowchat. I'm thrilled that you're here and ready to dive in the world of chatbots. Best place to start, get started with Flowchat. By the end of it, you'll have a chatbot. You'll be a chatbot pro. Let's spread some holiday cheer and get started on this exciting journey. So you can see there that the automatic date type of response has come through for us, and that will fully automate every single year for us, you know, whether it's be Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Valentine's Day, Cyber Monday. So you can go out there and literally add in any type of automated tone that you want to. So it's pretty cool, right? So we'll leave this video here because there's not really much that you can do in there, but just remember when setting up your workflow is that to use the actual conditions, set the time and dates, or set the dates between if you have, depending on the type of holiday season that you want to output, and also put in, let me just collapse on here, okay, and also put in the workflow trigger there right after the starting step or just before the query, wherever you need to put it. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.